With cinematics and Starcraft 2.
Thank you.
My question is, there's other RTS games out there that utilize live-action cinematics. Was there ever a point where you guys actually thought about doing that with live-action or something close to it?
Not for a second. Okay. It's not something that we do at Blizzard, and our opinion is that it doesn't yield the results that we would like.
Hey guys, so I've got probably an average machine. I start up the game, it's got the deal cinematic, it looks awesome, and then I go to Marsara and everything looks horrible, like the textures are really plain. So I was just wondering, have you ever thought about pre-rendering the in-game cinematics like you do for the pre-rendered, so people that don't have the top-of-the-line machines don't take a big performance hit?
We've actually been debating that pretty heavily since shipping Starcraft 2. We're very proud of the fact that our Starcraft in-game cinematics run in real time. It was a pretty major task to pull off. But that said, it does kind of bother me that people who aren't running ultra high-end system aren't seeing all the detail that we put into it. So we're actually discussing it right now on whether to go to a captured out solution where we continue to make the movies in-game and then capture them out.
Yeah.
The trade-off, though, is that the interactive portions, where when you're clicking around on the screen, the story mode is still going to look at the lower quality setting. So you're going to see that quality setting when you're clicking around, and when we play an in-game movie, the quality will change. So let me ask you, would that bother you? What would your preference be?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a trade-off. I mean, I think it would probably bother me. I mean, maybe the solution you have is best. It's just an open question that I've heard asked before that I wanted to give to you guys.
Okay. We don't have a really good solution yet for it, but we're looking. So thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, we have time for a few more questions.
I got a question about the lighting of the scenes. Like, similar towards your animation, you would change the animation per shot. Are you changing the lighting per shot, or is it a general scene lighting?
Yeah, no, we change the light for every shot. Every shot is pretty much rendered from scratch. We, in most cases, even change the direction of the sunlight just to get that look we want in every shot. So yeah, it's pretty much shot by shot.
Very cool. Very cool. I like that people are moving towards looking towards the camera and lighting from that angle. It makes a huge difference.
Awesome, thanks.
Hi, I was just curious. I assume you storyboard the entire story before deciding to do an in-game cinematic or pre-rendered cinematic, and I was just curious, do you have criterion for what becomes pre-rendered and what becomes an in-game cinematic? Are there scenes that are so epic in scope they have to be pre-rendered versus what becomes in-game?
I think you actually just described it pretty well. We make the decision on what is pre-rendered and what is in-game before we get to the storyboard stage, when it's still just it's stories on paper. And at that point, we try to figure out the overall layout of where each movie is going to land in the game. We know that we want to open with the pre-rendered cinematic. We know that we want to finish with a pre-rendered cinematic. And then we try to figure out how much time do we have to create more pre-rendereds in the middle and make sure that we space them out well enough. Once we figure that out, we pick the most epic moments that we can find and make those the pre-rendered movies.
Thanks.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Hi, you had mentioned before that you had to triple the amount of polys that you used for the cinematics. I was wondering for either the cinematics or maybe a portfolio piece, how many polys you're looking for a good character.
Well, for the character pieces, when we started, we were about 4,000 polys. And then the highest character we probably had around 20,000. As for the sets, we went from about 10,000 close to 150,000. So, I mean, when we look at portfolio pieces, I mean, if you're talking about in-game sort of stuff, we're looking at the higher end range, around the 20,000 mark. Polygon is probably what we were looking for, yeah.
For a character? For a character, 20,000?
For a character, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Well, thank you for your time. The next panel will be Starcraft 2, Secrets of the Masters. Please give a round of applause to our in-game cinematics team.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Did you get to answer any questions?